and they're going to be stronger towards the early to middle stages of the game, considering that Team Singapore need time for the Sicilian and 1-1 to come online. That is why Team Malaysia needs to take the momentum into their own hands and find farm advantage towards the earlier stages of the game.
I feel Team Singapore, once they hit level 3, level 4, they won't even... I kind of feel like they will push it. They will push it. Just because we see how Singapore plays, they try to put a lot of advantages onto Adamir's lead. So with the range advantage coming in from Sicilian, as well as the 1-1, where the 1-1, as long as the 1-1 wins the lane, going up against the Beatrix, that is a go sign for Team Singapore to be like, I got this. I can win this 1v1 against Momo. We don't have to get the kill. We just need to get some third plating for ourselves.
Yeah, that goal lane is going to be... Ooh, that's a tricky question.
Do you feel like it's like a 7 kind of ratio where it's going to be mostly hitting, or it's just like 8-2? Because right now, looking at the spells, no one from Malaysia has Purify.
Yeah, they actually went for the risky play. No Purify at all. Moon does have Sprint, so he should be able to get away from JPL fairly easily as long as the battle spell is off cooldown. But I think JPL is going to be mainly focusing on targeting Momo because, again, they want to focus on giving Adamir as much farm as possible.
Yeah, right now, looking at the spells, a lot of flicker from the side of Team Malaysia, but looking at Atlas, he has a flicker as well. The only difference is he has pull yourself together, so the flicker will come off of cooldown a little bit faster. For Malaysia, they have to wait for 2 minutes for a good, virtually unbeatable.
I think that's when it's going to come down very heavily to Chiku and Formaze to be able to counter engage. I think Team Malaysia right now are playing off with the fact that even if they do get caught out by the Fatal Link, they have ways to return the favor. They have the Wild Charge, they have the Link that can jump into the back line and just chase Sayla and Adamir away, so that even if JPL gets a big ultimate, the team will be fine.
Yeah, we can see over here, Moon is already taking a lot of damage here in mid. He tried to trade with Sayla, but overall, Sayla has won a trade and is going to delay the recall. Right now, we can see Team Malaysia. It's a small struggle, but a struggle nonetheless. JPL is scouting just to make sure he knows the position of Team Malaysia.
He's going to be able to provide a lot of information for the rest of his team. So far, Zorn not being quite as successful with his hook as we usually would expect. But he does usually take a little while to come online. So I guess we just have to wait on that. In the EXP lane, though, Formaze will definitely have a lot of trouble against Soul. The Deroff being a good early game counter to the Graph.
I feel like Deroff is one of those heroes that will almost win every 1v1. Another hero I would say has the same kind of mechanics is Khalid, having so much damage in the early game. But right now, we can look at a turtle fight over here, and Chiku manages to actually steal the turtle away. Zora managing to escape with a flicker. And right now, Team Malaysia looks like they want to fight. JPL almost went down, but still survives with a flicker of health. Yes, I said flicker of health. Yes, yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that is correct. No grammar issues right there. Soul gonna be doing a bit of damage to Formaze in return as well. But a really good retribution timing from Chiku to be able to secure that. And he's actually able to jump away from the Tona's welcome as well. So Singapore not going to be able to take anything from that engagement.
Zorn is here on the EXP lane. Will they be looking for Soul? Soul have to use this flicker. He did not manage to get anything there, but at least with a 2-minute countdown there, Malaysia should look forward to try to gank Soul again later.
I think they definitely should here, but they also need to give more attention over to Adamir down in the bottom lane. The 1-1 so far has been having a very easy lane against Momo, and I do hope that Team Malaysia aren't going to repeat their mistakes when they went up against Team Indonesia. This is not a hero you give free farm to.
As you said, Malaysia, they don't really babysit their gold lane too much, but look at this. Formaze taking a lot of damage from Soul. Soul is showing why he's been using this Daroff over and over again. He always wins the lane, and this is very, very impressive. But look at this, in the bottom side of the map, Team Malaysia as well as Team Singapore, I feel like both of them know that both players are there. All 4 players are present in the bottom lane right now.
But JPL looks like he's going to be leaving soon, so that leaves Adamir alone in lane with both Zorn and Momo. The Iron Hook going to land right into the Bloody Hunt. Easy first blood, but here comes JPL. Gets the Fatal Links onto 2. Remanison looking for the toenails welcome. Looks like he will be able to take out Momo, forcing him to flicker away. Zorn, he's going to use his flicker as well to try and get out. Gets the hook onto Remanison as well. Nibiru's passing, going to be able to finish him off as Formers flickers forward, goes for the wall charge into backline. Catches out the Sicilian. That's going to be Sayla dropping to Malaysia as well.
A series of unfortunate events. It all started off with Adamir taking a lot of bullets from Momo. But then I actually think that Singapore, their execution was actually very good, very solid. It's just that they did not have enough damage. And Team Malaysia, it was a clutch Iron Hook coming in from Zorn. If he did not get that, I kind of feel like Singapore would not die. And now Soul 1v2. Formace almost going down. Formace has gotten down. Looks like Soul is there, going to go down over to Chiku. Fast rotations coming from Malaysia, but Soul again looking like he will win any 1v1. It will become a disadvantage once the other members of Malaysia comes to help.
That's going to be a great trade for Soul. He loses his life, but he trades 1 for 1, even taking time out of Zorn as well as Chiku's rotations, allowing the rest of his team to have more pressure over the map. We see Sayla has already picked up his Clock of Destiny, so that is going to be an important item for him to start scaling up. As the Fatal Links going to find Momo under his tower. No flicker, a free kill going over to Adamir.
Very clean from Singapore. This is why making sure that you know the timings of your opponent's spells is clutch. They know that Momo does not have the flicker. It is a very, very free engagement there. But looking at the bottom side, we can see that Adamir is being engaged by Chiku. Chiku is taking a lot of damage as well. Zorn has arrived as well as JPL, and they will disengage. Looking at itemization over here, the Ling already has the Demon Hunter Sword and looks like is going for it for the Berserker Fury to have an earlier burst damage.
You can also see that Momo has completed his Blade of Despair, but Adamir still ahead in net worth, having completed his Corrosion Scythe. Meanwhile, we can see some ambushes being set up by Team Malaysia here in front of the Turtle Pit. Ultimately has better heroes to be able to dish out the early game damage. I do feel like JPL, hold on though, he does get the Fatal Links onto Moon, but gets Flicker hooked backwards. Moon going to get dropped down. Flicker being used by JPL to escape from this. Chiku comes in with the Tempest of Blades, but he doesn't have enough damage yet to follow up.
We just talked about the roamers, and look at that. Adamir got hooked, however, was able to purify out of it. But no, Beatrix is like, yeah, I'm going to get this kill no matter what. The fight in the bottom lane is still happening, but Chiku is opting for the turtle instead.
Looks like Momo is just barely able to escape, but not for too long. At the very least, he is buying time for Chiku. Zorn now going to be completely out of position. Another kill going over to Remanison.
Yeah, we can see Malaysia playing a little bit messy over here, but what we wanted to say, we were just talking about the roamers, and both roamers may play well, where JPL got a good Fatal Link, and now looks like they want to punish Chiku, but Chiku is there getting a killing spree onto Soul, but the Barat still managed to secure the turtle for Team Singapore.
But the fact that Chiku was actually able to secure that purple buff made a huge difference. Without it, you would not have been able to get the kill onto Soul, and they might have been able to punish him quite heavily. So small differences like that do make a notable difference. Chiku now gonna be running into JPL in the bush here. This could be quite risky if Fatal Link is available, but it doesn't look like it is.
Right now, it looks like Chiku is really trying to focus on his own farm, because look at this, he's level 11, while Reminiscent is level 10. A full level ahead, but Chiku, is this a little bit too much? But look at that, Moon with the damage, managing to actually get a kill. And looks like Adamir secured the purple buff for himself.
Yeah, Chiku's going to be able to force Adamir to take the buff. That is one stolen away from Romanisson, even if it is to his own team. Adamir, though, doing a lot of damage to Chiku. Wild Charge finds the 1-1, but the crossbow of Tang has been activated. But Formace going to be taking all of the damage. A beautiful bit of tanking for Chiku.
That is well coordinated. Chiku understood that, yeah, this is probably going to be an ultimate for 1-1. Especially look at the itemization. Already have the Courageous Scythe as well as the Demon Hunt Sword. It will definitely kill Chiku just now. So good coordination between Chiku and Formace.
Yep, identifying that, okay, this is going to kill Chiku. I am tankier, I can take it. Chiku hiding in the bush until the ultimate duration is over and then getting an easy kill. Team Malaysia now sees 3 members of Team Singapore in the mid lane, and because of that, you can see Zorn instantly rotating down onto Soul. Misses the point blank hook, but he is just buying time for Momo to finish off the tower.
Oh, but JPL is here. Momo able to flicker out of it. That was clutch. JPL almost got that, and that would have been so different. Singapore could have definitely used that to their own advantage.
Yeah, but guess what? Chiku gonna be jumping on top of Adamir again, not allowing him to get the crossbow of Tang, using the Tempest of Blades. Forme is gonna jump into the backline. Wild charge finds Sayla, but he is out of position. He charges out the power of nature, so Daytona's welcome not going to go through. JPL has to back up. We can see Remanison kind of separated from the rest of his team, allowing Momo to take the tier 1 mid.
And look at Team Malaysia using Singapore's own strategy against them. Zorn managing to get hooked, but not enough damage on Reminiscent. But still, Malaysia, look at this. They're really focusing on the outer turrets. They already secured 3 for themselves. For Team Singapore, they only managed to get the top part of the map for themselves. And still, looking at this, Team Malaysia, they're really controlling the map. However, in terms of gold, it's only 2,000 gold lead ahead. JPL is engaging onto Moon. Moon still able to escape. But look at this, Chiku has able to secure the Lord. Momo is behind fighting against Soul. No one is going to protect him. Soul is going to get an easy kill for himself. And everyone from the side of Malaysia has to retreat.
I think that is a good decision by Team Malaysia. Obviously, it is not ideal to lose out Momo there, but it's better than trading unnecessarily. Soul now going to go on Moon. Moon uses the Windstorm to protect himself, but here comes JPL as well as the rest of the team. They pick up the kill onto Moon, and Zorn, despite landing the hook, isn't going to be able to do too much here.
This is unfavorable, where we see Malaysia going in one at a time, but now Chiku is there, opting not to actually push this forward. Team Malaysia getting caught one by one. First we saw Momo, and then Moon. Are they getting fatigued over here? Because it looks like they're starting to lose a little bit of focus, and Team Singapore, they could definitely take advantage of this.
Team Malaysia has always had an unfortunate problem with playing a little bit overconfident in situations like this. They're definitely ahead, but they still have to be very wary of Team Singapore. Zorn now gonna find the hook on the JPL, forces out the fatal links, putting him completely out of position. Another free kill going to Singapore.
And right now, Team Malaysia is getting caught one by one. They have to slow this down, even though, yes, they are a fast tempo team. Chiku going ahead, trying to fight against Soul, but he's fighting under the tower, focusing on the tower itself. And right now that they have secured it, they have to go away. It's a good thing that JPL, oh wait, no, JPL does have the flicker. He just doesn't have his fatal link just yet.
What is quite dangerous right now is that Adamir has gone for an early wind of nature. They're not jumping out of the backline. Sayla, Winter Trunky, not going to save him for long. Adamir, I believe he has his crossbow of Tang. Daytona's welcome. Finding Chiku, shut down. Going over to Adamir. He now wants to catch up to 4 mains, but will decide against it.
Because of this, we can look at the goal difference. Right now, Malaysia is only 1,000 gold ahead, barely 1,000 gold ahead. And looking at the kills, right now, Malaysia is 2 kills above Team Singapore. But right now, Singapore has a lot of standing gold on the map. There's a lot of turrets that they can secure for themselves, and then they can instantly get their own gold lead back.
Team Malaysia, though, has definitely been making really good use of this Ling pick, making use of Chiku's mobility to just get as many objectives as possible. They actually have a lower kill count than you normally would expect, and have targeted most of their objectives onto the enemy towers, being 5 structures ahead of Team Singapore.
Yeah, looking at itemization here, Chiku really wants to burst the enemy team down fast. He already has his Berserker Fury as well as the Endless Battle, but looking at 1-1, this is going to be very crucial, where, like we said, already has the Wind of Nature, but is looking forward to probably making a Athena shield just to make sure, in case he does get caught by Moon, he can survive a little bit longer.
Oh, the Iron Hook gonna be set up by the wall charge, allowing them to get a free kill, but that is a lot of cooldowns used by Team Malaysia to secure Soul.
I kind of feel like that was almost unnecessary, because right now they can't really take any more fights. Team Singapore, if they do want to push this advantage, they can, just because I feel like Adamir actually has enough damage. I really do feel like he has enough.
Looks like the Iron Hook gonna be landing on the JPL yet again, but he is fine. But Adamir going to be targeted by Chiku. He's going to wisely decide to back off. He knows the Wind of Nature is still available. Fatal Link's not gonna find anyone thanks to the power of nature. Forme is dropping real low, but is able to walk out just fine. JPL has to back this up. Chiku now going to be backing up his team as well.
This is actually quite a tell. If even Chiku is afraid to go up against that 1-1, it kind of just proves that Team Singapore, if they do want to take a fight, they can potentially win. Honestly, they can potentially win. But this is also why it's scary to go up against a Ling. At any point, if the Ling feels like I'm probably not going to win this one, he could just go and split push, because look at now they only have inhibited turrets. Losing even one of them is going to be a game changer.
It absolutely is, and that is the goal that Malaysia is trying to go for. It's going to be a bit difficult to push up against an inhibitor unless they have the Lord, but this Ling will enable them quite heavily. You can see Chiku even playing around the top side of Singapore's jungle because he knows that the purple buff is coming back up. An Iron Hook by Zorn right into the Bloody Hunt, setting up for the Bennett Rage here. Momo doing a lot of damage, but not quite getting a kill. Formace in the back line as well, going to be forced to use his flicker to get away. As Chiku taking a 1v1 against Sol, dropping real low. Formace now has to back this off. No kills for either team.
Team Malaysia is really not looking good when it comes to this team fight, and Adamir almost got hooked there. It's a good thing that he still has his second skill, but is he going a little bit too far ahead? Moon right now already used all of his skills. Singapore, they have the advantage. They have the cooldown advantage. Adamir is going in front, trying to get the stacks off of Zorn. Right now, Team Malaysia looking at both the top and bottom lane. Looks like they are trying to push things out, but Team Singapore, they're opting for this Lord. And the Lord has been stolen by Formace. Right now, Team Malaysia, they have to retreat, but Momo is alone. But look at the top part of the map. Chiku has gone in. They want the inhibitor. He got the top inhibitor, and right now focusing on the lower part. Team Singapore, they are definitely winning in terms of the team fight, but Team Malaysia, fortunately for themselves, has able to secure objectives, and Chiku, that was unnecessary.
That was just way too greedy by Chiku. He could have just walked out and he would have done already a really good job just charging into the base. Even Momo and Formace were ready to give their lives to buy more time for this Ling to push. So Chiku throwing away his life there, very much unnecessary, but this is going to be a huge advantage for Team Malaysia. We already mentioned being able to take an inhibitor at this point is going to limit Team Singapore's options.
This is the difference in styles right now. Singapore, they really want to fight. And Team Malaysia, they really want to avoid taking fights. They just want to focus on the turrets. And I would say objective in general, it's a clutch play that Formace actually was able to secure the Lord. If he was not able to, I kind of feel like Team Singapore could have taken a lot more off the map.
But now they're wanting to secure this purple buff. Chiku definitely needs it. Singapore gonna actually choose not to challenge this. They know that there is a chance they could lose that fight because Sol is being left back at base to defend against the pushing minion waves. This allows Chiku to have access to that purple buff, allowing him to make more aggressive plays.
If Singapore has been keeping the timers on the spells, they should know that Momo does not have a flicker right now. So once Momo actually shows his face on the map, either by attacking the minions or anything like that, JPL could really take advantage of it. Especially now, since JPL does have an immortality, he can potentially make one mistake.
But we do also kind of have to note one weakness of Team Singapore is that at this stage of the game, if they find that they are a little bit behind in map control, they tend to play a lot more passively than they should.
I do agree. You actually make a very good point. Yeah, once they feel like they don't have the advantage, they're not going to push things more than they feel comfortable with. And I kind of feel like that's also part of the problem, where they're not aware that they actually have the advantage right now. Because looking at the gold lead, it's only like, what, 200, 300? And it's actually in the favor of Singapore. Looking at this, Chiku going ahead, trying to secure the purple buff for himself. Now he has to run away with JPL. JPL got two. For Team Singapore, unstoppable for the barrage. And now Zorn is trying to run away. Even though he has the immortality, I don't think he will be able to escape. Moon is there trying to provide a backup. But look at Team Malaysia. They cannot fight this. They cannot win this. They have to go away. And Adamir, he's really thinking whether he should go in front and get the kills or be safe, be disciplined and focus on their own objectives.
That was just such a big mistake by Chiku, being too greedy again, wanting to steal the purple buff away. There's no need to do things like that. You have control over the map, and because of that, he put himself out of position. A really good identification of an opportunity by JPL, flickering forward for that fatal link. Now that Chiku is down, this is going to be a free Lord for Singapore. Not sure if he'll get there in time.
Now, it looks like this time Formace won't be able to steal this one. So Team Singapore will be securing this Evolve Lord. This is the late game Lord. The more people surrounding this Lord, the tankier he will be, and everyone surrounding the Lord will have basically an orange buff for themselves. Team Singapore has controlled the map, looking at everything in terms of the team fight, in terms of the objective control, in terms that the Lord is pushing mid right now. Singapore is in a really good spot, but an Iron Hook over to the Barats, but JPL saving his own team, countering, and looks like Zoin is going to be the first one to die, and Adamir managing to use his crossbow of tank, unable to kill off Momo, but look at Moon. Moon is so low. Team Singapore, they're still pushing forward. The Lord has full HP. How can Malaysia defend this?
What is Chiku doing? He's still at bottom lane. He's being stopped by JPL. They already lost Momo. Forme is going to get taken down as well. The Lord is right on top of the crystal. And in a comeback victory, Team Singapore secures Game 1 against Team Malaysia.
Team Singapore keeping their head straight, keeping their head cool, making sure that they understand their own game plan. Just make sure that they fight the team.